And what have you been doing last weekend?
Nothing, just relaxing.
I'm dying. I'm suffering. Help me.
Okay, cool.
Welcome back to Static Industry, a Minecraft mod pack all about automation. Wait, did you hear that? Never mind. Last episode we built our factory, enslaved, employed strangers and industrialized ourselves into the electrical age. Today we will progress in the ladder, automating tons of things in the process and begin construction on our mega base. But first we'll be going for a swim. Ocean monument, here I come. Found one next to another fleet of villagers. Are you perhaps interested in working for me? Okay, maybe. Now this ocean monument will serve us greatly in our quest to construct a guardian farm. Why do we need a guardian farm, I hear you ask? First, why not? Second, because I want to gain experience. Lots of experience. However, there are a few problems. First, the elder guardians and their mining fatigue. Second, I'm no fish and I can't breathe underwater. And third, as you can see, this is a modded version of the ocean monument. Therefore, I'm not even sure if the farm even works, as it's based on the vanilla monument. But I guess we'll have to find out. To solve our breathing problem, the gods of this world have granted us the ability to craft a water ring that enables us to breathe underwater. But to craft it, we need, among other things, 2 pufferfishes. And let me tell you on what adventurous journey we embarked. As I walked out of a factory, I knew I had to go down to the river and start fishing. Oh my god, fine. Shut up, gameplay Meggo. Voiceover Meggo's talking. Weird joke. Quiet editing Meggo. Can I go on camera Meggo? Okay. And after I finally got my pufferfishes, I crafted the ring and we were able to go underwater into the monument. Sadly, there's not much to talk about and we quickly cleared it, as it all went smoothly. They were everywhere, man. I couldn't do anything, man. It's fine, it's fine. Surprisingly, in the most central room, I found remains of what seemed to be an ancient ritual site. There were 3 big rings pointing to the other side of the room, to some sort of altar. A single trident was embedded in it. Oh, there's a trident. Against all instincts, I reached for it. As my hand touched the handle, the water grew cold and a deep hum rattled through. Oh, nothing happened. Yes, nothing happened. And with this, we could begin with building our guardian farm. This design, which is linked in the description, should work like this. At the edge of the monument, we build a platform of scaffoldings and nether portals, with souls sent below it, pushing any guardians that spawn there up. These guardians should go inside the portal, where they land in a box on top of the nether roof. And then they should get sent right back to our killing platform in the overworld, where we'll be able to end their lives. In theory, this is how it should work. Let's hope it works. Oh, it works. You're right, gameplay Meggo, it works. And with that, we have constructed our fully functional guardian farm. But, dear viewer, I must confess something. I have lied in the beginning. We constructed the guardian farm not just for the experience. We have constructed it for a far greater goal. Sea lanterns, the fuel of our new mega base. Speaking of it, let my assistant present you the plans I have. Oh hi. Welcome to my presentation about our new mega base. This presentation is made by me. No. Okay, let's start. No, skip that. We will start talking about what will our mega base be. So it's going to be a floating cyberpunk sci-fi style city with 2 different layers and a central elevator connecting both platforms. The lower platform will be divided into a few different parts. In the front there will be a train station for the soon to be built train network and another elevator reaching to the ground. Then there will be a small wall that rhymes, and behind that wall there will be buildings ranging from apartment buildings to more industrial buildings and maybe some secret buildings, but I won't tell you those right now. To the back of the lower platform there will be another larger wall with the inbuilt elevator to the upper platform, which plans won't be revealed right now as they aren't finished. But both platforms will be built on top of an expandable grid of floating hexagons powered by the sea lanterns we are now able to craft. And next, thank you for listening. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, you may ask them in the comments. And if you have any ideas for how the city should be named, you should also say that in the comments. That would be great. Thank you. Thank you, Assistant Meggo. Now we will start building the first platform, or better just the floating foundation. This endeavor, however, requires us to get around 30k blocks, with most of them being blackstone. Mining all of this would take too much time, so we're going to automate it. And thanks to Create, when placing blue soul fire between cobblestone and a fan, we get blackstone. So we just scale this, we get a big automatic cobble generator, we let the mined cobblestone drop onto a bunch of belts, blast them from all sides with this blue shellfire, and deposit it all into a collection of drawers. And in the end we power all of this with a giant roll of rectangular toilet paper. This is a weird game. I, by the way, stole this design, it's linked in the description. While the blackstone was gathering, I took a look at our iron supply. Last episode we built our steam quarry setup that automatically mines a few ores such as iron, which then get multiplied and smelted into ingots. And what did my 2 pixel high eyes see? I only had a bit over 1000 iron ingots. And for our platform, we needed tons of iron to craft chains and iron bars, which I even have at craft in this modpack. Like paper, bread, or netherite, or ender eyes. Can you see a pattern? But waiting or manually mining all of this iron would take too much time. We're going to automate it again. And thanks to Create, when doing a bunch of different steps, I won't bother to explain, we can create iron ingots from pure cobblestone. With this setup, I also completely stole from another YouTuber. Can you see a pattern? Back to the platform. Now I just had to manually gather some items such as glass or polished andesite and put them all into the big item vault next to our schematic cannon. Why did I talk like that? Enjoy the time lapse. There it is, menacingly floating in the sky, towering above our factory, which now looks really small. I think it looks quite average. Assistant Maggie, I despise you. Oh. The only problem I now had was getting up there. In my infinite wisdom, I forgot to include any easy access point before someday building the elevator. MacchiMeggo, do your thing. Maybe boosting myself from the top of the factory and throwing an ender pearl? No, that didn't work. Maybe a second time? Still not. Maybe scaffold higher and boosting then? That wasn't the solution. Or was it? Second time? Second time. Awesome MacchiMeggo. And with this block here, I could now go up and down the platform with just sneaking and jumping. How great. Now we just had to wait. I heard it again. Have you heard it? No? What was it? No. You know what? Just stay here. I'll be back shortly. Just watch something.
Do you not also hate all these podcasts clipped from dudes telling you how you should live your life to be successful?
Yeah, I do. I hate that.
And all of them are lying, you know, they just want to sell their courses or some other weird stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I found the real solution.
Please don't do this.
The only way to succeed in life is to...
No.
Like, subscribe and share this video right now, here in this moment. If you do this right now, as I'm speaking right now, I promise you, your life will get better. And you know what? Normally, I wouldn't do this. But I'll tell you a secret, because I like you. You can also leave a nice comment and this will give you at least a bit of happiness as you're supporting a small creator heart emoji. Thank you. Now, go on, voiceover Meggo.
Yeah, okay, where was I? Right. We now had an awesome platform foundation. But in this stage, we can't start working on things. We first need some build. We need the wall. Yeah, sure we do. So, wanna see me mine some blocks? No? Okay, I even crafted a deck for all that mining. It can contain up to 9 stacks of different items, with each stack size being 256 blocks. Okay, but I know what you want to see. A world premiere. This wall will be the first time in this playthrough that I, MacchiMeggo, that's how we pronounce my name by the way, will build a major building by myself without the use of the schematic cannon. And if you want to see that, stay tuned. I build a wall and it's tall and it's strong. I don't know how to write a good song. So I am here with the blocks in my hand, building with stone and not with sand. I fell down the wall and that's not good. The wall's made of stone and not of wood. And building a wall I can recommend. When does this time lapse finally end? Now! Wow, I really did myself. Look at the gradients, the shape, the wallness. Isn't it simply amazing? But I can already hear your complaints. Isn't it kinda empty in here? With just the wall and nothing else. And dare I say, I must agree. So why not just do a little swoosh and we have houses? incredible. On the left side, coming from the entrance, we have a big old bluish turquoise apartment building. It has a garage door, a normal door, these clotheslines hanging up there, and some kind of toxic sludge coming out from a pipe. What a lovely neighborhood. It also has this sand-colored tower thing on the right with a weird logo. On the other side we have another building which really does look kinda wonky from this angle, to put it nicely. And there's a platform coming up from the side, which you can't reach right now without the slabs in, with some nice detailing and even a vending machine. And later there will be a wall here, as I plan for this side of the city to be on 2 layers. And right here should be like an entrance for the lower area, something like that. Looking from the other side, I think I put too much stuff here. There's this thing I can't explain, this other thing that's random, a crane thing for no apparent reason, and these paintings that act like graffiti. I saw this somewhere online and I really like the idea. However, I prefer the vanilla paintings over these modded ones. And from the top, the blue building is kinda boring, unlike the bright one, which I think really looks cool from up here. Both interiors are totally empty and don't have any kind of detailing, as this is where all the machines, storage blocks or whatever will go. Of course not just in these buildings, but in probably every building that will be constructed here. So basically, all of the factory stuff is going to be somewhat hidden from the outside. I can promise you that this is a decision I someday will regret, because this will probably become a logistical nightmare, but that's a problem for future Meggo. And before we start filling in the first building with industrial stuff, if you have any suggestions for what kind of buildings, areas or whatever I should add here in the city or maybe in the world in general, tell me about them in the comments. Or reach out to me on the social media channels in the description that I hopefully will have set up by the time this video comes out. Any ideas, no matter how big or small, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Before we could start progressing in the electrical age, we had the problem of our storage. It was down there in the factory and we're up here. What could we do? Move it all up here? But then the machines in the factory would run out of items. Move them all up here, but then the factory would be empty and up here isn't enough space. So I went for the third option. A long cable. It doesn't look great, but right now that's the best we got. However, with the electrical age, there also comes AE2, a mod I really look forward to. This will make all the logistics way more fun. Right now, the first thing we set up here was our new power generation. The large steam boiler can produce up to 256 millibuckets of steam per tick, which is 16 times as much as one of the steel boilers we use in our factory can produce. And because that's a lot of steam, we don't want to simply waste, we store it all inside of a large tank. And with this block, we can measure the amount of steam inside the tank. And when this amount reaches a certain threshold, the block gives out a redstone signal, which these redstone links transfer to the boiler that then gets turned off. This way we're not overproducing any steam, as this machine constantly consumes fuel. By the way, all the space below our city is supposed to be our new and prettier cable room. I don't want to use the space for putting any machines down here, only cables, but maybe that's a promise I'll break someday. And now it was time to suffer. One of the most important blocks in the early electrical age is the assembler. This block can automatically craft basically any item that's important for progression, and I wanted to automate it. And how hard could it get? How many machines would I need? Oh. Right now, this is a temporary setup that I will hopefully change down the line. Let us go through it. Here in these drawers are all the items that these assemblers and these other 2 machines craft, which we need to craft and assemble ourselves. For this setup here, I had to manually craft a lot of them, which was incredibly painful. This monstrosity here is a config chest. It's configured to all the items we already produce inside of our factory and need to make all the other items from before. The problem is getting them from our storage network into this chest, as these inventory hoppers only can output 1 specific item each. That's why there are 13 of them here, each configured to a different item. This makes use of basically the same concept we used in the last episode with these machine extenders. You'll watch it right now if you haven't already. The yellow item cable now takes the items out of this chest and this drawer and puts them in the responsible machines here, which all are set to a different item. The blue item pipes are just for the output of the machines. All these electrical machines are powered by these copper cables, which are hooked up to 2 low voltage steam turbines. These turbines basically can convert our steam into energy, or EU how it's called in this mod pack. And finally, here's a small setup with steel machines that produces a liquid called soldering alloy, which helps produce some items just as the steel gears here, with less resources than the normal recipe. This setup right now has a lot of bottlenecks and is really slow, but it works. However, in future, when we have better resource generation, automated the drills and whatever, this will be changed. Right now, this is just temporary. Oh, that was a lot. I hope the last few bits of this video are a bit more chill. Okay, no, wait, no, what is this? The web-slinging, speedster-burning, starving phantom. Ah, okay, cool. What the hell, game? Guys, this was the most annoying enemy I've ever fought in this game. This phantom could spawn cobwebs inside me, which I couldn't mine with my hammer. It could randomly set me on fire, starve me somehow, and had 5 times the health of a normal phantom. I battled this foe for 5 full minutes, constantly launching myself up with the sling and then getting stuck inside of cobweb midair. And finally, You better have some good stuff for me. Just efficiency 1. And now we're by the last thing we're doing for this episode. Using create to create train tracks, which tracks with earlier, where we also used create to create stuff, if you can recall. But luckily, it's really quite simple. We just generate some cobblestone, melt it into clean stone, slice it into stone slabs, and add this array of deployers, combine them with iron nuggets. And lastly, this press munches it all together into train tracks. I like to. If you finish this sentence, you'll never be part of a video again, Assistant Meggo. Okay. And with that weird interlude, we're ending the episode. Next time we'll probably do a bit industrial stuff, but mostly focus on constructing a train network. And we'll probably start laying the groundwork for the building of our magic hub for the Spectrum mod, which won't be inside of our new city. I have something big planned, which you surely don't want to miss out on. And now, as always, remember what I said at this time code? I hope you had a wonderful time and goodbye.